They're so fucking gay. How's everybody doing?
The YouTube rule is that you've got 2 minutes before you can start swearing, there, Tom.
I know, but I mucked up and hit the wrong button. How's everybody doing? Good morning. First day back here in a while, running things, and I screwed up. We got Paul with us. How you doing?
Hey, do you need me to bring up the numbers, or is it Marvin going to do it? Who's going to do the numbers?
One of us needs to, and I'd be appreciative either or.
Speaking
of, we have Marvin back. I haven't seen you in a tick. How you been?
Yeah. Hey guys, how's it going? Yeah, it has been a busy couple of weeks in the news world. So I've had zero free time for anything. So I'm glad to be back.
We're glad to have you back. We have Paul Lee as well.
Yo, good morning.
Paulie.
Happy Monday.
Good to see you. And we also have Chris Brawley here as well from Bleeding Fool.
Hey guys, where sometimes a slow news day is a good day, right, Marvin?
Fucker
Yeah.
is wearing both earrings. You're gonna get a goddamn Mr. Clean joke at some point today. You
I love
this,
it.
Right?
Bring it. I'm clean.
It's gonna happen.
I'll be.
Clean,
We are a
clean.
dichotomy. So Tom is up here not being clean, and I'll be down here being clean.
There are worse things to be called. That's the
I agree. When I have
This
been
is
called
true.
quite a few. Yeah, that's true.
This is
Need to-
very true.
Need to paint my eyebrows white. I would do.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Actually, that would work. You're right. Yeah, because he does have the blonde.
Yeah.
Anyway, we got.
You must be a little rusty there, Tom, because that was a great gay.
Yeah. Ooh, wow. Yeah, he's already used that though. He already played that card.
Barely
you can
awake.
overdo. You can overshare.
Yeah, 3 times got to do it. No, I'm just kidding. Drew Tipton says, "Sorry, Paul. These medals aren't ours now." Uh-oh.
Yeah.
This is
What
hockey
can you do?
talk.
It's
Is that what you guys call it up there? Is hockey?
Hockey.
Hockey, yes.
Did you see the clip of the Team USA in their locker room just dancing around singing the Toby Keith courtesy of the red, white, and blue? Uncle Sam put your name at the top of his list in the Statue of Liberty.
Why would I watch that?
The whole team is based.
He's got a point.
He's got a
I
point.
will say.
He's got a point.
The whole hockey team is based. I don't know if you guys know, but there was a one of the players recently died, and when they had their trophy out on the ice, they brought that player's 2 kids out there, ages
his
2 and
jersey.
3. Yeah, it's a beautiful moment. Beautiful moment. And they're all very based. I mean, if you're looking for a patriotic, proper response from one of the Olympian athletes that isn't political, except that it's like go USA, right? Those guys had it.
Yeah.
I was impressed. We haven't won that since 1980. So I mean, Paul, I'm sure you guys have a much better record in Canada than us.
Well,
for the gold.
better. I mean, we completely dominated the game, but once it gets into overtime, and the goalie is part of the team. I mean, what
He's
he did-
really, yes, agreed.
stood on his head, and that's part of the game. I would have felt worse if Canada was completely outplayed, but
No, it was a good game.
Got to put the biscuit in the basket, and America firsters are really pissed off because the winning goal was scored by a Jew.
I know. I've tried to shut them up, but they just won't do it.
They're pissed off.
Yeah. The
only Jew in hockey.
at least Canada wasn't caught cheating again. The curling thing has been blowing my mind. I've learned more about curling this year than ever in my life.
Oh yeah, cheating. It was a heavy cheat. He kept his finger on the rock. Big fucking deal.
Well, that's what made me laugh, because I'm like, really? I mean, is it really going to make that much of a difference?
I just love Tom's face. It's like, come on.
It's just fun to me that, like,
I'm sleeping in my brain.
You are.
Hockey players are so based, and it's we've had so many people come out in this Olympics and very much not be, and very much like attack the country and things like that. But that's just the skiers and the figure skaters, the gay sports. So the real sports have the actual base.
The ones with hollow bones.
All these amazing takes so early in the morning. This is so refreshing.
That's what the chat room's talking about.
All from a $2 super chat.
What I will say, Chato, is twice now. Very recently, USA kicks Canada's ass. Yes, again, the World Series and now the Olympics. So
Yeah.
Well, the World Series you bought, but in this particular case, it was a good
we won.
game.
We won.
No, you
USA
bought it.
won. No,
You bought
USA
the
won.
World Series.
Every athlete is bought.
You had 10
Every
times
athlete is
the
bought.
10 times the cost of the players.
No matter.
Well, but we
What's
were
the
able to
record
because we're
say?
still a capitalist country.
What's the record
Right.
say?
So
Win or loss?
take the loss. Be a good loser. We'll be good.
Paul, honestly, this morning,
What do you
last
mean,
night,
good news? I paid
yesterday,
up.
Paul, yesterday I was wondering if you'd be here today because I knew you were going to get beat up on I'm sure Script won't be here. I know he's not coming. So I knew as the resident Canadian,
Yeah.
I admire your courage and your moxie, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, well, the game was the game. It was a good one. What can you say?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kurt-
We're
Kurt-
really boring. We're really boring, Tom. So
Kurt Russell's a great coach. I mean, what can we say?
He is.
Yeah.
And it was
Well-
interesting hearing American reaction saying that hockey really is not a game for sissies.
Kurt Russell was the coach.
In the movie Miracle on Ice.
1980 Miracle. Yeah, one of the best Disney movies ever, by the way.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
But then you guys beat the Russians at the time, who were at the top of the Olympic hockey. That was the pre professional sports era.
Yeah.
When literally the Russians were a professional team and everyone else had to field an amateur team of barbers and insurance agents and things like that.
Well, I mean, really, let's talk about what we're all here to talk about, and that is Alan Cummings at the BAFTA Awards
That's right.
comparing Zootopia to our political sphere right now. That's
Alan
obviously what
Cummings.
everybody's
You know,
talking about.
Disney must be so thrilled because they're two big successes. You had Andor and you had Zootopia 2, and now people are now trying to connect them to Trump. And Disney has tried very hard to not connect these things to politics anymore because they're kind
Back
of
then they would have embraced it, right? But yeah.
Anything that's happening,
this
Marvin.
is the monster they've created.
Marvin, anything that's happening in the world every day, both sides will create an argument, create an article. You know that, right? So
I can't stand it.
I can't stand it either. I mean,
hate that. Everything has to be
it-
about politics. We're not allowed to escape from this hellscape that we exist in for 1 second of the day. Somebody has to be like, "That's about Trump. That's about Trump."
Well, the one
online,
common
right?
thread.
Not in person. I don't think
The one common thread is both the left and the far right hate Jews. So at least there's some.
That's true.
There's some.
Unity.
I mean, Hugh Laurie apparently was
poor guy.
friends with this female producer of a show, an Israeli, and he just tweeted saying it's a real shame that this woman, died early. I think she took her life, and it was just a very nice tweet. And the people in Britain, all the fucking actors in Britain, just jumped all over him for being nice to an Israeli. Like,
what?
fuck the right off. Like,
So there was a huge just to add to that, there was a huge loss in the music world with Willie Colon, who's this incredible salsa, composer last 40 years, right? Just did all these amazing albums, worked with Ruben Blades,
Yeah.
And then these twats, man, who haven't done shit with their lives, their eulogy is like, well, the last few years he voted for Trump and he did.
like
What the hell are we talking? I mean,
He deserves to die.
the what about
that guy's a trombone player,
we got it. Yeah, Willie.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he played many instruments, but yes,
right? But I
Yeah.
think trombone was maybe the main.
No, the trombone. He waxed poetic, bro. Yeah,
Yeah,
trombone.
And,
Trump. That's it. That's why he played the trombone, because he liked Trump.
But Marvin's right. It's like it's like, can't you just eulogize the man with respect? And if you don't like them, like just keep your mouth shut.
Yeah, like, you know what? I had to write it. I wrote a obituary on I think both sites for Rob Reiner. I never once mentioned Trump in it. I just talked about his body of work because that's what matters.
I think I was talking to a friend of mine. You guys are hitting on some conversation I was having Friday afternoon with a good buddy of mine named Russ, and he was talking about this dissertation. He's going to write something, I think, over at Bleeding Fool about it. Sort of this division that now he brought up that the Black Panthers, not Black Panthers, but Malcolm X actually had neo-Nazis at one of his rallies that because they wanted to debate, and nobody threatened anybody and nobody was trying to kill anybody, and it actually was very civil. And he said, if now that could happen back in the 60s, but today, you know, somebody's going to get Charlie Kirked or something like that. There is no room for this kind of debate because everyone's just gleefully glad that their political opponents are dead. And I thought, it struck me because he started talking about Barack Obama. And I said, I think the reason is you have a lot of godless people who sort of worship Barack Obama, meaning as a man of faith, I believe that we're built to worship, you know, whether that's sports or celebrity or whatever, or God. And I think that for many people, Obama was their God. And I said to Russ, I said, who was the only major celebrity to ever question Obama's birthright to be a U.S. president? I said it was Trump. So when Trump came out and did that, because I would see people with Obama shrines in their homes. I mean, it was religious almost for many people. And I think that anytime a sacred cow is shamed by somebody, that person becomes persona non grata, enemy number one, and Trump is that enemy. And when he won the presidency in 2016, they were apoplectic. I mean, he was Darth Vader and every other villain known to man. And I think it was sort of triggered back during that Obama brouhaha. You know, it's a working theory. It's recreational. I don't know if there's anything to it, but it does all come down to Trump, and he has become an extremely polarizing president, probably more so than any president we've ever had.
I had no idea why he went after that cudgel. Like right.
I don't know why he went after it, but I will say, as a graphic artist, I opened that birth certificate when it came out on whitehouse.gov, and I opened it, and it was layered and fake as all get out. It sent shivers down my spine because I could not believe that it was really what the rumors were saying, and that it was really right there on the .gov website layered like that. And I've seen all the excuses, and I poo-poo them because I've been using Photoshop and Illustrator for decades. I know all the talk was smack. It was pure smack. It was spin. It was gaslighting.
It wasn't helpful for Trump, and it wasn't going to get him anywhere.
No, I think he was just trying to get Sheriff Arpaio
citizenship. It was no value to him.
It insulted all of Obama's followers. So to the point that they had this immediate hatred. That would be like a man walking up to you and you being with your wife and him saying something directly to your wife that's just flat out insulting. You'll never like that person for the rest of your life. And if they succeed in life, you'll hate them even more. There's my rant.
It was a bizarre thing.
Is he done?
Let's go to movies. You're right.
I'm just sitting here going, Trump's in Zootopia.
Man, there's a lot of Olympics talk in the super chats if you want to get it out of the way.
Yeah, we're getting to that point. Yeah. We got Hyper Guyver 2 says that awkward moment when USA, fourth favorite sport, trounces Canada's first twice. A lot of
trounce. Trounce. Where do you get trounce from? Do you know what the meaning of it is? You dickwad fuck ass.
We needed one more point for it to be a trouncing, right?
Yeah. Well, Canada
Don't mind
lost
Paul. He's got Tourette's.
Canada. I'm being my Tourette's person. Canada lost both the women's and men's hockey. So those were two tough losses. But
because Uncle Sam put their name at the top of his list. The Statue of Liberty started shaking her fist.
Oh, that was good, Marvin. I like you, Hyper Guyver. Thank you.
This is the truest statement of the morning.
Oh, yeah.
I'm way too sober for this shit.
Finally, yes.
Hyper Guyver, or Dark King says to Hyper Guyver 2, that other awkward moment when Canada was caught cheating reacts by complaining and enforcing the rules enforcing in rules is unsporting.
But
is that what they said?
Well, I mean, none of you people who are complaining about this or mentioning this never watch curling, don't care about curling. Now, suddenly you care about curling because there's this moment where Canada was caught cheating.
I think your problem right now.
My
Yeah,
mother,
why is it such a
and
big
Romy,
deal?
they clean every day. I watch curling every day. They're always, anyways. Sorry.
Yes, you watch Romy curl her hair, but anyhow, like, yeah.
I'm gonna make a joke.
The fuck, I had a better joke.
For me, I saw curling at the bar. My wife and I, we couldn't find a table, so we sat at the bar, and there was curling up on the screen. I'm like, I have no idea what this sport is. I don't even know. I don't know anything about it. And then eventually you realize it's sort of like billiards, except it's a 3-man team. What's
shuffleboard?
Shuffleboard. Yeah, exactly. We brought that up too. And I said, I'm not
right.
even sure what these ice sweepers are doing. I'm guessing it's kind of adding a little melt to the ice so the things go across
the ice is pebbled.
Okay, so they're smoothing it.
Yeah, kind of. They're heating
it up.
Friction.
Yeah. So then the cheating thing happens, and you see this sort of little push just beyond the line, just barely. And I'm thinking, that really makes a huge difference. Just going to, yeah. But it's, I think they were out to get Canada this year. I'm convinced that they just had it out.
Is it that, or is Canada the Karen of the world?
That's we're the evil. We're the secret evil of the.
I think it's just the Karen of the world.
It's Trudeau.
You've all had this coming for too long.
It is Trudeau. It is Trudeau.
Canada is very competitive in the winter sports.
Just a bunch of bitches.
It's because it's all you guys got. You got beer.
Or as they call them in Canada, sports.
Oh, they got we're very influenced by their comedy. Come on.
Grimzilla says, Chato, I'm sorry about the Olympics, but go USA.
Tom is like in hell right now.
You're a homer. What can you say?
I lost control like 20 fucking minutes ago. It's like Packing Protons says Polymark's safe from cartels. No wonder he came here. Oh. What happened there? Is there something going on?
Yeah, you haven't heard what's happened in Puerto Vallarta?
No, I don't.
Holy smokes! It's a place
really keep up with our shit.
Down. It's.
I'm gonna be breaking it all down tonight on my live stream. I got a couple of guests, actual Mexican journalists.
Why isn't the president doing anything?
Talking about all the shit that went down yesterday, Tom.
Why isn't the president doing anything about it?
I don't want to. This will.
Okay, next we'll move on.
Yes, I'm safe. Thank you, Pracking.
Yes. Darth Maul's lower half says, Marvin, hold your tongue. Eliza Liu was awesome.
Okay, we don't know for a fact that she actually said the thing that everyone says that she said, because I've not seen any proof that she actually said it. People were talking about how she used to have like pronouns and LGBT flags on her profile, and she said something like, I was young, I don't believe in all of that anymore. I haven't seen an official thing of her saying that, so that might be the internet making things up.
Is that the American Chinese skater?
Yeah.
But then there was that blonde skater who went full on LGBT, holding
she got like 11th place, didn't she?
Yeah, she got nailed. What a moron she was. Like, really?
Like, why? Like, you like, the point of the Olympics is it's supposed to transcend politics. It's supposed to transcend, like, everything going on in the world at that moment. It's just supposed to be about national pride
but Marvin, you're being completely naive. These people are made to do nothing else but talk about themselves. Representation. This is the only thing that matters, whether it's in Star Trek, whether it's in any kind of entertainment. Everything now is about representation. Nothing is about your art. Nothing is about what you do. This is just a continuation of the same script we've been hearing for the last 10 years. They can all go to hell.
Yeah.
Narcissism maxed out.
No, you're 100% right. You are 100% right. It's all about them, and it's not about their country, and it's not about representing anybody but themselves and who they are.
It really should be about nationalism and national pride. I think that it's the different countries being represented by the very best of their athletes. And, I know a Olympic coach who did the boxing back when, Evander Holyfield was one of the Olympiads. And man, every time he talked about walking into the Olympic arena, man, he was just overcome with pride and joy and just at the spectacle and the scope and the majesty of all of it, and it really instilled sort of a patriotism in him. We had kind of this unity, I think, as a country ourselves here in America that went well beyond political division after 9/11, and I hate that it wound up being a national tragedy that led to it, but it sort of made us come together, kind of like even if there's a lot of fighting in your family, if there's a big bear outside trying to get in, everybody's on the same team right inside the house, and it's a shame.
But you can leave your daughter with it.
The right now, TikTok is festooned with women screaming in their cars how they believe anyone who is displaying an American flag is a Nazi.
Yeah.
Can you say that?
The Huffington Post just put out that. The Huffington
Yeah.
Post just put out that editorial about how, like, well, if you're watching the Olympics and you see all the red, white, and blue and you feel gross about it, you're not alone. And I'm just like, that entire editorial staff
Wow.
needs to be fired
Yeah.
from
Just
top
as-
to bottom.
What the fuck?
You're not alone in
you know-
your madness.
Even back in the hippie movement, they didn't treat America like this that often.
They
Like,
did
I
burn
mean,
the American flag.
one or two times, but like other than that, even Easy Rider, the main fucking character's name is Captain America for Pete's sake, and he's got the American flag and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, that's a big there was a big unifying thing to protest the government about. That was the Vietnam War.
Yeah, but
and
it wasn't
it was
about.
different. It was different, but
Yeah.
they did disparage a lot of American.
Oh
vets.
yeah, they did, but it wasn't so much about like the idea that America's bad per se. It was that the leaders were bad.
Yeah.
That was the message I got out of it. But anyway,
Yeah.
Packet Proton says the Olympics got us rid of Cash Patel of all things.
Oh,
Wait, did
boy.
they actually
How
fire
did they
him?
do that?
No.
Who's
Oh, you mean
Yeah, I
just
didn't
from?
think
Was he
so.
like doing hosting or something?
They're saying that the fact that he flew to the Olympics on taxpayer money
Oh, I see.
was a violation of his role as head of the FBI. Like, apparently that's not allowed. But he was because he was celebrating with the U.S. hockey team in the locker room.
I've never seen so many people break so many rules, yet know how many rules are being broken all at once in their entire life. That's all I know.
Well, I mean, there was a whole dump of emails about people breaking a whole lot of rules that nobody.
Yeah,
should
but
be
don't
in
pay
conflict
attention to
with.
that. Pay attention to this other crap over
Yeah,
here.
exactly.
Yeah, get mad.
Because I'll tell you
the-
flat out,
Yeah, go ahead.
they're eating fucking babies, y'all. Like, there's all kinds of crazy shit in these papers. Like, and even
Yeah.
people like Bill Maher's been like, "Sorry, guys, I have to apologize to Pizzagate. I was wrong."
Yep.
Because yes, there's all kinds of shit coming out, and like I've said, just about every nasty thing you ever thought about every celebrity is true.
It's
And
weird
they're
how they
about
all
to
have
find
like
that out.
that jewelry with the bull head on it, right?
Yeah. Weird, huh?
Mm.
But they're just ignoring it. They're like, just don't look at this over here. Look at this shit over here. They've been
Yeah,
doing
look
that
what
all
Trump
the last
did.
2
Look what
weeks.
Trump said today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
what's going on today?
I'm like, fuck that shit. I'm like, I want to know about this other stuff over here. Packet Proton says, atheists here. I don't worship Obama. Real atheists don't not worship anyone. I think it means we're taught not to worship anybody, or we don't worship anybody. I guess that's true. And then Packet Proton says, no one in my office knew what smarmy meant.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Okay.
Packing
that's
protons
important.
might worship something else. Himself, celebrity, music, sports, who knows? Have you ever seen these men standing up screaming and wearing all the paint and attributes? You can worship anything. That's all.
I worship tacos.
If
It's
they
an
don't know-
idol. The tacos are your idol, Tom.
They're good.
If they don't know
Pa-
what smarmy means, just show them a picture of Chris Hardwick.
Packet Proton says, do the brushes and curling really affect the ball?
No, because it's a stone.
It's not.
Ding, ding,
Packing
ding.
is trolling us at this point.
Do you
My God.
think that they wouldn't have those two weirdos doing the little squeegee thing in front of that stone if it didn't do something? Come on.
We need more people on this team. What can we do for?
You know-
I
Yeah, how can we
What
add-
if
You
how
want to
we
get
add
more
room?
people to watch curling? You want to get more people to watch curling in the Olympics? You know what you do? You add the Benny Hill fucking theme to it. Everybody will watch it then.
Oh my
I
god!
would love it. I would watch the heck out of that. Yeah.
All right.
Anyhow, JWT says it's time to make a sequel to Miracle with Chris Pratt as Matthew. If I'm going to say this wrong,
The Chuck.
to Chuck, and Timothy Chalamet as the Hughes brothers, both of them. And he could pull it off too. Packet Protons then says, has Paul heard The Mystery Science Theater 3000 Canada song by Servo.
No,
I'm trying to remember it myself.
I don't watch. I've never really watched Mystery Science Theater.
I'm surprised you didn't work for them, to be honest with you. But yeah, like to be honest, like I'm surprised you weren't like a writer. I'm like, I'm waiting for you to go. Yeah, I was a writer.
yeah,
on that show. In
been.
fact, that was my favorite episode.
There are times I've
Mike
tried
from
to
Wisconsin
potato.
was great. And I'm just waiting for, because every time he has a story like that, this is the first time he's like, nah, don't know a fucking thing about it. Fuck him.
I've seen it. Yeah.
But before we dive out of the Olympics,
2000 was fun.
Go on, Paul.
I was just saying, Mystery Science Theater 2000 was funny.
I missed the first one, 1000, but yeah.
Before we leave the Olympics talk, I would like to mention that my wife did not know there was breakdancing in the Summer Olympics now. So I got
there is.
Had fun.
That was not breakdancing.
Well, they call it breaking. Breaking. That's
that was that crap that Australian chick was doing that last year.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. My
Always
wife,
for a good laugh, man.
oh my God.
Fuck.
I remember that.
You think that woman still breakdances? Do you think she's
No.
She's teaching breakdancing in Australia.
that's
course.
good? Yeah.
I think she's
Sounded like a national ambassador for breakdancing.
Good clip.
No,
Anyhow,
we want you to go.
there's box office. Let's get into that.
Shut up.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
What was going on this weekend? Wuthering Heights came back in again with another.
I'm doing it like this the entire time. Like, okay.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Oh,
Jerk.
But Goat was number one. What the hell is Goat?
It's the animation.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
Sony's
right up.
Zootopia, basically.
mm-hmm.
Anyone seen it?
No.
Nope. 58.
I can only
million.
imagine. 2.
A sequel to a movie about a song.
That's Hollywood.
I'm telling you. And Wuthering Heights, how many times has that been remade?
Look, Wuthering Heights, that one, whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
It's doing okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Women like
I
that kind of
fucking
crap.
love it.
Let them.
I'm
Let 'em
really shocked with Send Help still being in the top 5.
I'm not. I mean, that one's the only one that I can see right now that has cross appeal with both men and women. And this is where I was going to get to with Wuthering Heights, and this is why I'm happy to see it doing well. I don't give a shit about the movie. I could care less. But you know what I'd like to see? I like to see that Hollywood's actually making movies for women instead of trying to make women go to men's films. Because guess what? We've been saying for years. If you actually make rom-coms, romances, the type of shit that women actually want to see, like Barbie and Wicked, guess what? They'll fucking go see it in droves. Just like with men, if you don't make our movies to trying to appeal to our girlfriends and wives, we'll want to go see them. In fact, because that's the problem, right? Like where we're at. Go ahead, Paul.
No, I'm just saying that's what's happened over the last 7 or 10 years is that the number of movies made specifically for men, like Commando, right?
Right.
That stuff disappeared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless it's a Jason Statham movie anymore, which is why I think most of his films do well. I mean, maybe Sylvester Stallone will pop out a Rambo here and there, but that's about it.
Not anymore.
But yeah, that's where we're at now. You're
They
not
don't even
wrong.
know
Like,
to market those films, as well. It's like we got a manly, muscular film that we're just blowing shit up, saving the day.
it's not hard to market. They think it's hard to market,
No,
Paulie. I
I'm
get what you're
saying
saying, but
they
think it's hard to market. No, to us, it's easy to market. Like, all you got to do is say, Jason Statham, something happened to somebody in his family and they fucked up. Now he's coming to get them. Go see this movie. Jason Statham kicks ass. They could say that and everybody'd still go.
Yeah.
Show some flexing, show some booty, and that's it.
I think his
There you
next
go,
movie is called Fafo, right?
They killed my third cousin. I'm going to make them pay.
That's a great.
Jason
Jason David, the Limey, part 2.
They should
He
be
is
Liam
the
Neeson
garbage
versus,
man.
It should be Liam Neeson versus Jason.
Oh,
man.
and
No,
and
that
the
would
movie,
be a movie.
you title the movie Liam Neeson versus Jason Statham.
I love
and
it.
That's
everyone
it.
I've got a
goes
certain
to see
set of skills. Guess what? I don't give a fuck.
That's right.
Then you bring in a Gerard Butler, dude. That's here's the thing.
There you
all
go.
those actors, women love as well.
Yeah.
they love, you know.
Well, that was my point, right? Yeah.
That's your point. Is like the more that you stick to a formula that works, you also, you know, it's funny. You can also get in your representation, right? Just kick ass, guys. Stop trying to rewrite the.
You know what?
Yeah.
You make the three of them, Butler, Statham, and Neeson, three gay guys who have an adopted girl who gets stolen. And all three of them go after the bad
Three
guys.
gay men and a baby.
Yeah, 3 gay men and a baby.
And
No,
the baby saved them.
what happens today is the 3 men get taken and the girl has to save them.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's it.
That's it.
Well, it's funny because I posted a little ad for 3 Men and a Baby the other day. You could be surprised how many people are like, why did they never do a third one? It's like, you know, I can't believe they didn't either, like 10, 15 years after the fact when the girl was getting married or something like that. That would have made more sense. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But like, yeah, they used to make movies like that. People forget how big of a movie 3 Men and a Baby was.
That was a shock, actually.
And all that was putting 3 of the most, you know, basically leading men in Hollywood that were like known as like, you know, to have sex appeal outside of Steve Guttenberg, right? You got Ted Danson and Tom Selleck, these guys, but you know, still Guttenberg was still that, you know, frat boy kind of guy, right? But you had this idea of like, let's give these guys a baby and see what happens, and let's have Spock direct it.
It's based on a French movie.
It is, yeah.
It's actually better.
That's what you say all the time, but that's because you're fucking Canadian. Anyhow, moving on. No, Send Help is doing pretty well. That's been staying on. And
you know, to your point about Wuthering Heights, it doesn't show it here on the numbers, but I mean, that thing's up to 151 million global.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah.
The movie cost 80 million, so I mean, it's doing well with women all over the world. This is
well,
kind
not
of
just that.
Go on.
You put it out, and men will take their wives and girlfriends to movies like this. See, that's the thing is you can't take your wife and girlfriend. So, hey, let's go see Rambo, unless they're actually somebody who wants to see it, right?
Yeah,
but yeah,
I'm so happy. Romy
I think it cost 80 million to make, so it'll make its money back.
That's a lot of
costume
money,
drama aspect.
There's just kind of a streak of women's movies coming out too. There's one called Reminders of Him, and of course you had The Housemaid doing really well.
We've all been saying this for years. If you actually make content for specific audiences, it will find an audience, and sometimes it'll expand on that audience. Barbie was the grand example, right?
Yes.
Like, you finally made a movie for women that was about women and all that kind of stuff. Of course, it was funny because the main plot was about Ken trying to find himself. But yeah, no, just kidding.
Yeah, it was.
But yeah, like that's where I think Wuthering Heights is fine. I'm not going to say anything about it one way or the other. I'm not sure as far as like it being received well. I've heard some business about some people were upset about some changes from the original text. But that being said, I mean, this is the kind of movie you get one every 5-10 years, and women will go in droves to see it. Whether it's Agatha Christie thing or not Agatha Christie, who am I thinking of? Who did oh God, what the hell's her name?
Which
like
one?
the Emma and stuff like that.
Jane Austen?
Jane Austen. They do like a Jane Austen type movie or something like that. Women will come and see that kind of stuff. They love that kind of, and it's no different than us going to see a Jason Statham movie. I'm not making fun of women. Don't think I am. It's just, it appeals to us. It appeals to our nature, and we want to go see it.
Yeah.
And how often do we have that anymore with movies in the box office? We're like, let's go see it. I don't even know what the fuck GOAT is, but it evidently is the greatest of all time this week.
Well, it's got some momentum, but when Hoppers comes out, what is that, in 2 weeks? I think that movie Hoppers. Yeah, I think GOAT will probably get 100 million before it's over, but it's not going to be a.
I sent you the numbers too. I mean, it's definitely filling that family void and repeatability. But yeah, Hoppers, that's going to be the big one. I think we're watching.
You think it's going to be big?
I'm sorry?
You think Hoppers is going to be big? I kind of had the impression it was going to do what Luca did. Or not Luca. The one that came out with the aliens and the little boy.
Elio?
Elio,
yeah.
I don't know. I know we're seeing it early to review it, so we'll get...
I just have to interrupt Paulie to say that this episode of The Box Office on Midnight's Edge has been brought to you by Garvin Ambrose. Thank you, Garvin Ambrose.
I feel like Hoppers is going to underperform, but I do think it'll be up in the top. It'll be up there where GOAT is. easily. At least the first weekend, it'll probably be number one.
Kids movies don't like. Here's the thing about kids movies at the box office is they don't have to make a shit ton of money. They don't all have to make Toy Story money.
Yeah.
Because they will sell on video or they'll sell on demand or whatever you call it, right? Like
VHS.
so that
yeah,
whatever you want to call it now. I mean, yeah.
I mean, it's not like women's movies haven't come out. No one talks about Sandra Bullock's Lost City with Tatum.
thought it
No,
was
but
great.
it did okay.
It was great.
That did $200 million worldwide.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Wow.
I mean, they do exist.
Yeah.
It's just that there's just been too much merging and crossovering, and I think one of the things that I like about the A Night of the Seven Kingdoms is
Nine
that
Kingdoms.
it's correct. Don't give it away.
The Game of Thrones show you're talking about.
Is the fact that you've got a straightforward, unambiguous hero. It's just completely simple dude who wants to do good stuff. None of this modern writing where good people have a little bit of bad in them and bad people have a little bit of good in them. We're just completely tired of that stuff. It's really nice to see an unambiguous hero on a hero's journey.
That show's so good.
And that's one of the reasons why that's really what we want to see in our movies too. People have confused, writers have confused making people these complex entities, and they think it's more dramatic. It's not. It's actually harder to discern what it is that they are, what they mean in the movie, what it is that they believe in, and how do you write someone that's that complex. You've got an hour and a half in the theater. You don't need that level of complexity.
Yeah, well, it all began with the deconstructing.
Correct.
Yeah, so deconstructing our heroes, and not only that, then you, in deconstructing, you wipe them out, and you're trying to uplift, in most cases, the female character, and it's absolutely terrible entertainment. Because you don't need to do any of that. There's room for all kinds of stories. Just this like what Tom's saying. You make chick films, or the chicks are gonna go.
Well,
leave
you
our
guys are
movies
making an
alone.
interesting point because I'm actually rereading Raging Bulls and Easy Riders right now.
Great book.
And it goes all through basically the change of New Hollywood, right?
Yeah.
And the difference there is they actually did a lot of character pieces, and a lot of films that weren't plot driven, right, Paul? But the difference is they weren't directly making movies that were like they are now, this disingenuousness of, well, let's make this for a woman. Well, let's make this for gay people. Well, let's make this for black people. It wasn't that kind of a mentality going into making those kind of films then. It was just more so like the old Hollywood's on its way out. The new Hollywood's on its way in. We don't know what this shit is, but Easy Rider is the future, right? That's kind of where I'm at right now in the book. And that's kind of where it was then. And I feel like we're at a crossroads like that now, but this is a disingenuine time in film as opposed to that where it was a very genuine time to where people were able to embrace things like Taxi Driver and, Raging Bull and stuff that didn't have like the straightforward ABC plot. Yeah. And your characters weren't, black or white. They were very gray. And you had like a lot of those kind of Scorsese and De Palma films with a lot of different kind of, different areas of, this person isn't necessarily a hero,
sure,
but they are our hero for the film, right? Like that's kind of how we came out of that era. But then the 80s changed that, right? Like that's where it was like, okay, we're getting back to the basics. We need the hero's going to wear white hats, the bad guy's going to wear black hats, and all that kind of stuff went back to kind of the way it was. And even though people like Tarantino say that's the worst era of filmmaking, like what you're getting at though, that's kind of like writing 101, and that's kind of what was happening. Was Hollywood was kind of resetting itself again, going, okay, we got to get back to the basics, back to giving people what they want first and foremost. Then we can start getting experimental again, and that's what they did during the 90s. That's when we got a little bit more experimental, and you could get the Tarantinos, and you could get the Robert Rodriguez's and all these other guys who could come out of and give us something we've never seen before, but also using a lot of the things we have seen before. And they were doing a lot of like the, you know, was happening with the music in the urban areas where they were taking a lot of the disco and the pop of the past and turning it into hip hop of the now. That's what guys like Robert Rodriguez and Tarantino were doing with a lot of the films of the 70s. They were taking them from then and pushing them kind of things into the 90s now. But we haven't had that for years. And I've said that for a while. We haven't had this opening of new directors, right? Like all we got is Christopher Nolan. Like what else is there? Like there's no new Robert Rodriguez. There's no new, hell, there's not even a new Kevin Smith, right? Like that's where we're at right now. And we haven't had that opening, and it shouldn't be that way. We've talked about this before with YouTube and all the other things. It shouldn't be that way, especially with AI now. But I mean, I guess that's the biggest problem is Hollywood needs to get back to basics. They need to go back to the way they were in the 50s and the 80s, and they need to figure out what the fuck we did to get people to go to the theaters in the first place.
Well,
right?
We can write in a sophisticated way. We don't have to go back to Roy Rogers.
Well, no. And I'm not saying it like that per se, but
I know. I mean, exactly. But yeah, I mean, we developed more subtle, more interesting, more layered characters over time. But then again, the ambiguous characters wore us all down, and you just can't have that endlessly. And then on the flip side, well, we had Star Wars, right? Where you had, good guys and bad guys. Were pretty easy to tell who they were.
Well, yeah. Friedkin was making Sorcerer when Star Wars happened, and he had a panic attack because he's like, they're not making my kind of movie anymore.
No.
Right? Like, people want to go see Star Wars. They don't want to see The Exorcist. They don't want to see Sorcerer. They don't want to see The French Connection. They don't want to see gray characters. They want to see, good guys versus bad. They want a happy, big, bombastic ending. And that's why Spielberg was right when he said, it doesn't matter, I'm going to blow this shark up at the end because that's what the audience wants. Even though he was a bit ahead of the game with that. Mm-hmm. That was kind of the pendulum swinging back to, we need just this basic, like, get the folks in the audience, get them in there, get the audience involved. They're they're happy when they leave the 2 hours that they just got out of their lives, and it doesn't matter if it's something that's predictable necessarily. But that's what I was saying about going back to basics. I agree with you. You don't need to go back to Roy Rogers, no, but we need to go back to this idea of a lot of these kids, and we've talked about this. They go to film school. They're not required to see things like Citizen Kane. They're not required to even see things from like Easy Rider, probably. Like, that's the sad part is most of these kids now have not seen a film that's older than 15 years. And that's not even, I'm not even being hyperbolic about that. It's like, how can you even be a film student and not know who half these people are? I just don't get it.
I think to your point about, women's films and that there's an audience for it.
Yeah.
This is tangentially related, but so many movies aimed at women these days do something that most men's movies don't do that I've been noticing lately. And usually there's like this common pattern in these movies aimed at women. And that's that the men in the movies are always or overwhelmingly a source of harm or hindrance to the women, or whether it's Barbie or some other movies, they just reduce men to clowns, predators, or parasites. It's just like they repeatedly suggest that men as a class are dangerous or broken,
right,
or complicit in this kind of stuff, and never really explore things like, you don't have to explore the homelessness, suicide rate, or other stuff that men have to deal with, because let's face it, even statistically, the world's a more dangerous place if you're a man than if you're a woman. I mean, that's just proven out in the facts. But men's movies don't ridicule every woman on the screen also. And I think that's been sort of a troubling trend. What was that movie, Poor Things? Do you remember that? Even in Poor Things.
Don't remind me. Yeah.
Okay. Every man there was just sick. Every man in the movie was something sick. And it was, at the end, it's, they're all foolish and corrupt. And it's the woman discovering her authentic self, and I feel like I wish that I do want women to have more movies for them. There's absolutely no doubt that is a good thing, but I would hope that they can do it without that central focus that men are bad, because we've already got enough people out there emasculating men, even on the men's side, whether that's Bad Bunny or Pedro Pascal. You know, I saw this tweet that Pedro Pascal and Burt Reynolds are the same aura. And I said, are you kidding me?
No, they both have mustaches.
That's it. And acted
Well,
in movies,
There's
right?
there's never been two more opposite human beings.
Yeah.
It's just, I wish there was a less push against this toxic masculinity thing. I just, you know,
You don't want to know what Bert would have said about Pedro. But anyhow, that being said, no, I agree with you 100%.
I don't.
Big difference. I don't know.
I don't want to argue, but I don't.
Well, I'm going to say this about, well, I had a point.
Be wrong.
Like, here's the thing is another movie I thought of as an example where you were talking about when you said like all the men in the film are bad, right? Like not a single man in the film is good. I was reminded of the Harley Quinn film, The Birds of Paradise, whatever the fuck it's called. Birds of Prey.
The Emancipation of Harley Quinn. Yeah.
Even the one dude in there, like she treats like shit that's even semi good, and the one that feeds her the egg sandwich. It's like the only dude in the entire movie that's not painted as a complete dickhole, right? Even her landlord is a complete dickhole to her for no good fucking reason. Every man in that movie is a complete asshole. And I walked out of that movie going, that movie just made me feel like a dick for being a man. And I got into it with the girls on Toxic Femme about it because they enjoyed the film. I'm like, I'm glad you guys did because I felt like shit afterwards. And they're like, why? I'm like, because every guy in the movie's a piece of shit. Like literally a piece of shit and or treated like shit. And it's like there's not a single guy in the movie that has one redeeming value. It's like at all, period. Not one.
And if I remember while promoting it, even McGregor was totally bending the knee to all what you just said.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, he was the worst character in the film as far as how guys go.
Like, he was like flagellated, you know.
He was even talking about how his character was supposed to be all about like whatever it was, the patriarchy bullshit he was going on about. Yeah. But anyhow, the one that kind of stands out to me because I kind of can't believe it went under. It didn't technically go under our radar, but Andre, I think either A, forgot about it, or it just didn't pop up in his region to where he could see it. That fucking Dracula movie, that one that's just kind of lingering there, like it did nothing, like to nobody's surprise. But yeah. Like I'm surprised he didn't bring that up more, but no, this week look. What was the total for this week? Because it's a very blah week outside of Wuthering Heights, really.
Blah.
73. Oh God,
it's a blah.
Went down, huh?
Bad.
Yeah.
You know what's even worse is I'm going back through that book and I was reminded that even back in the day they would average $100 million a weekend, and that was without inflation, guys. So this is pretty bad for theaters, actually.
But it was like really good last weekend, right? Weren't we saying that? Like
yes, it was
113 million or something like that.
Yeah, that's okay, but my point is it should be like a lot more than that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's my point.
For sure. No,
too many musical movies right now. Some people think Nirvana the band is a movie, and then you got the Billy Preston movie, then you got this Elvis movie out. Maybe that's
now the Elvis thing is interesting because that was Baz Luhrmann, I guess, who
produced.
Yeah,
got some footage of Elvis that he found while he was doing his Elvis movie, and
looks incredible.
Yeah, it's a concert, I guess, that never got released or something like that.
Yeah, it looks great. A lot of behind the scenes stuff. It's crazy.
Elvis like, I'm gonna fuck him up.
That's the power of E, baby.
Burning love.
No, that was a man. No, I'm just kidding. Anyhow, so yeah, Zootopia's hanging in there. Gonna be crossing. Do you guys think it'll make it to $500 million in the U.S., or do you think it's done and over with? Because it is on streaming.
Where's it at worldwide? I think trying to go for $2 billion.
I was gonna say at worldwide, I think it's over $1 billion. Yeah.
No, I think they're trying to go for $2 billion. That's why they.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's well over.
They've been stuck at this for a while.
Yeah, and I think that's because they shoved it out on video on demand. It's not on Disney Plus yet, but it's on video on demand. But it still managed to make $2 million this last weekend.
Yeah, they might squeeze it out.
Hi-yo.
So yeah, otherwise Iron Lung is hanging in there a little bit, doing well. Was there any other films that stuck out to anybody on the?
Nope. No.
I'd like to make a pitch for a film that I saw this weekend. It's not on the list here because it went from 23 theaters to a couple hundred theaters in Canada, North America. It's a religious film that I loved. I saw it the other day. It's based on true story. It's called Sacred Heart, Blessed Heart, Bendito Corazon. And true story in regards to the miracle that happened in Mexico in the 1800s. Absolutely like family friendly, lovely tale of overcoming your demons. And the Sacred Heart was venerated about 100 years ago, and it is just an amazing story and a good little film. Wasn't perfect, but it's a great story. And if you guys want to watch something that's uplifting, it did make, I believe, 1.6 million now in those couple hundred theaters. It's a Catholic film.
Mhm.
It's a historical story, and so but I was very moved because there was
What's the name of it?
I'm sorry.
What's the name of it?
Bendito Corazon, Sacred Heart, Blessed Heart,
There
and
it is. Bendito Corazon.
and the subtitles, the Spanish, it's very easy to follow along. It's not like dense dialogue. It's a very simple story. It's almost like those old pastoral plays. You would go see at a church or something. It's just like very simple storytelling. But again, there's a couple of twists in there where I was like, well, wow. What was fascinating too is at the end of the film, they show all the kind of documentary footage of how it's grown and it's kept Catholicism alive in Mexico, and which is what we need now more than ever, in my humble opinion. But I highly recommend it.
Check it out, kids, as they say.
Yeah.
Wow.
Did you say it was subtitled, Paulie?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's get to some super chats, and then we will move on with the rest of our stories. Pack of Proton says, Midnight's Edge in the morning, Unchained or WWE time. Yeah. Well, people keep pissing Paul off. He might get racing. He's going to rip his shirt off and be like, I'm going to take the Americas down. Oh, yeah. Pack of Proton says, Netflix stock crash hinge, or apparently. Well, yeah, I don't know what's going on there. That whole Paramount Netflix thing, back and forth bullshit. It's going to get interesting, kids. I warned you.
Oh, yeah, it did crash. Oof.
Yeah.
How bad?
Hold on, let me
3 points.
It's like it went from 78.58 on Friday down to 75.50, and now it's at 75.72. So it crashed by about $3.
That's just this morning. It was at 78.67 at 9 o'clock.
Well, hold that thought because we're going to get into that topic in just a moment. Yep. Richard the Dungeon Crawler says, or has been a member for 22 months. He didn't say anything, but thank you for being here. Then Pack and Proton points out that Hollywood is gatekeeping. Yes. And here's the thing. The one thing that gets between Hollywood and independence, and that we are having this discussion, I believe, last Friday, it's mainly just the advertising budgets and the ability to reach as many people as the studios do. That's the big difference, right? Like we've been saying, nothing is stopping anybody from making movies now, especially now is the easiest time ever to make an actual film. Well,
but there's a lot there with that statement. Hollywood is gatekeeping, because you're talking earlier about lack of new directors, like great auteurs. I mean, they're there. It's just Hollywood's gatekeeping them out.
Absolutely, I totally agree with that.
So it's and a lot of them are screw it. We'll go do our own thing, and
they have not allowed a new class in. That's the thing. Lord Kamina says Western culture is Saturn devouring his son now. Kind of, yeah. And then Ghost Tech says, to Chado's point on heroes and villains, that's what also makes Heath Ledger's Joker work. You had hints of what made him disturbed, but that was it. Right, yeah. I like that he had a multiple choice history. Hyper Guyver says, sounds like Shia LaBeouf, or LaBeouf, or LaBeef, however you want to say his name, is enjoying Mardi Gras. I heard about that. A little bit anyway. Not the whole story, but a little bit.
He's out of jail now.
Speaking of that, we're going to get to some other slurs here in just a minute, too. But first, we got to talk a little bit about Netflix, Paramount. And Mark Ruffalo evidently inserted himself into this whole thing for some reason. He's decided to throw his 2 cents in, and of course this froze up on me. But Mark Ruffalo questions James Cameron's disapproval of Warner Brothers' deal, support of Paramount, kind of showing Hollywood's hand, as we've been kind of saying for a while here a little bit. The next question to Mr. Cameron should be this: are you also against the monopolization that a Paramount acquisition would create, or is it just that of Netflix? The task actor wrote on Saturday. Well, I will say this much about Mr. Cameron. I hate to give him credit. He did say that neither party was a good idea for Warner Brothers. He did say that, as we've been basically saying all this time, is it's best if it just stays its own thing. So that being said, though, what do you guys think about Ruffalo going after Cameron? Because I kind of agree with Ruffalo a little bit, unfortunately.
Well, Ruffalo went after James Cameron for basically one reason. It was because James Cameron wrote this letter to a Republican senator. So that's why Mark Ruffalo had a freak out, because it's all comes back to TDS at the end of the day with Mark Ruffalo. Now, he has no actual opinions on anything. It's all just Orange Man bad. And James Cameron's point was never about monopolization or anything like that. James Cameron's point was about, hey, this Netflix deal is bad for the movie theater industry, and that is where my focus is. That's the thing that I care a lot about.
Yeah, the guy who's made 2 movies in 20 years, he gives a shit.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, if the theatrical model crashes, then what's the point of making more Avatar films?
There's no point to make more Avatar films.
Exactly.
Oh, I meant that, but even if whether the theaters crash or not, but
yeah, but
No, you're 100% right, and like I said, I agree with Mark's statement, but I disagree with where he's coming from, because he's yelling at the wrong dude at this point. And you're right. Like, I think their TDS is starting to show through a little bit with this whole Paramount deal. And frankly, like I reminded people last week
too.
like I said, like, don't forget, Paramount now has probably more Democratic donors than any other fucking studio because of the CBS bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
I just brought a story up about that to Andre last week. So, like, at this point, like, I don't know. They're opening an what do you call it? Antitrust investigation into the whole deal with Netflix anyway. So, like we've been saying, this thing's going to take a while. And they rejected their last offer. Now Paramount's saying they're going to come back with another one, is my understanding. Correct, Marvin, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah, they're in negotiations right now. I think today is the end of the 7-day negotiation period. So midnight tonight will officially be the end of the period.
I hate to tell everybody, Netflix is going to win this battle, but it's going to take like a year or two for it to go through the regulations.
Well, so the rumor now is that Paramount is upping its bid to about $32 a share.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah,
it's a massive amount of money. So I mean, if Netflix still wins this, then it is literally just Zaslav just does not want to sell to Paramount.
Yeah. Boy, Zaslav.
Well, it's not
Netflix can just match him.
Well, because
it's not his
you also can't say that, oh, it's because, they've already entered into this deal with Netflix and they'll have to pay, because Paramount is like, we will pay the breakup fee. We'll pay the $2.8 billion to Netflix if you go with us. We will pay it off. So now Netflix gets almost $3 billion from the world's second richest man, and everybody walks away with money except for Paramount, who pays a lot of money.
That's the thing, is I think it all is going to boil down to who has deeper pockets.
So
and I think it's going to depend on how far Ellison's dad is willing to go with this. But go ahead, Paulie.
It's not Ellison. It's not his dad. It's him. And there's things that he's been doing behind the scenes.
Well, it has to be part of his dad, because he wouldn't even be this far if his dad wouldn't guarantee the shit. Remember? That was the whole point, like the last time around here.
So that's all
I get what you're saying. Well, go ahead. Sorry.
That's all. No, it's all right. That's all I can say in the intel that I have, direct source. But it's been happening for weeks now. So I'm strongly leaning that Paramount's going to take this. So
really?
Oh yeah. But I've been sitting on this for a while, just because I can't screw that up, type of thing. But whether it's dad or not, it's his dad. It's still going to be Paramount.
But again, like I said, it all depends on how far daddy's willing to go. Like, how big of a check is he going to be willing to write? Because Netflix is, look, I hate to break it to him, that's just pocket change for Netflix. Right? If they got to find a couple more $1 billion, they'll just look in the couch, right? Like that's the thing. This is
Mhm.
they
just talking
are
about
an
tact- I'm just
entity
talking about-
unto themselves. Like, yeah.
I'm just talking about the tactics of what Ellison has been doing behind the scenes.
Oh yeah, I know what he's up to. But
That's all him. But yeah, the checkbook. Yeah, you're probably right. But yeah.
But I hope Ellison probably better hope that they don't start turning around and say, well, maybe we should investigate Paramount too. That's all I know.
Yeah. Has anyone asked Ruffalo if he's critical of Netflix? I mean, sort of like turn the tables and just said, you haven't come out and put out a policy position or an open letter about, warning against Netflix acquiring.
Well, hasn't he made a few movies for Netflix now?
Hey, so this is just some virtue signaling. I'm not sure. I mean, they've obviously picked sides. I don't care for either one, but I'm going to lean towards Cameron on this just because I'm so tired of Mark Ruffalo.
Well, Mark Ruffalo's not going to criticize Netflix because Netflix does the things that Mark Ruffalo likes. They create the content that Mark Ruffalo likes. They, Netflix likes to say that they're not ideologically aligned with any particular side, but they 100% are. I mean, when 60% of your preschool content has, divisive content in it, then, clearly there's an agenda.
Yeah. 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 So Mark Ruffalo's questioning Cameron's discipline. And
Mark
Tom,
Ruffalo would also not want to see the Ellisons wind up with CNN.
Yeah, that's it. I think that's motivating a lot of this, but I would also wonder, I looked, Tom, I don't think I've ever seen Cameron really criticize Paramount. So, I mean, I know you said that he has been, but I don't think I've seen him come out and say anything skeptical of it, even in his open letter. So I might have missed.
I don't remember saying anything about him. I said he said both teams he shouldn't get it is all I said. I don't remember.
Okay. Well, yeah. Okay. Maybe
if I did, I didn't mean to anyway.
Okay. Sure.
Well, so the other thing with Cameron is he has worked with David Ellison on Terminator stuff, right?
Well, I was going to say, not only that, every one of his movies for the past 20 years, all three of them have had some kind of Paramount involvement, haven't they? Because even Avatar has some, doesn't it?
I'm not 100% on that.
No, maybe not. I know Titanic did, but I was trying to remember because it was like 20th Century Fox, and I thought Lightning Storm and like one or two other studios that were involved with Avatar, but I could be wrong.
Mm.
Because it was so big. But yeah, no, he's been friendly with Paramount for years. Yeah.
And don't think that this, like, politics, I don't think has anything to do with James Cameron's.
No, I get what Cameron's saying, and I can still agree with what Ruffalo's saying without still pointing out that he's a complete fucking moron for what he's saying, because that's not what James said, right? Like, that's the difference. It's like, yeah, what you're saying is true. It would create more of a monopoly, but that's not what James was talking about. Like you said, he was talking about how it's going to destroy theaters. And if they do go against this whole idea of the 45-day window, then James is right. That part is true. But see, I'm not convinced that Netflix is all about coming in and killing theaters. That's not what their game is. Their game is money. And they've gotten a taste of, that girl, whatever the hell, girl pop thing that was just out there. Yeah, and Stranger Things and some other things in this last year, even though they didn't see the cash from Stranger Things, don't know what the receipts were, right? Like that was all a gimmick. I know we talked a little bit about it here, where it was they couldn't exactly sell tickets, but what they did was sell like a popcorn package, basically. So I don't know if you guys remember that or not, but so don't think they don't know that there ain't money in this. They've been buying theaters, for fuck's sake.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
That's one thing I've learned about Ted Sarandos. It doesn't matter what the fuck he says. He's doing whatever the fuck he's going to do, even if it's the exact opposite of what he says he's doing.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, they're all mavericks like that. Absolutely. Yeah. They're all that, that's
why I don't trust him either way. I don't trust this, if he's going to necessarily, but I don't distrust the fact that they will, because they're getting in the theater game. They know there's money involved, and it does boost their it's basically like free advertising for their movies, because that's what Amazon's been doing now for the past couple of years.
I mean, ultimately the problem is theater is no longer the only game in town.
No,
and the future is the future. We're not going to be able to go back in time and reinvigorate cinema the way it was. Too much competition.
But I'm curious. I didn't read the story. Where did Ruffalo mouth off on? Some red carpet somewhere?
Threads.
Threads?
Social media. Yeah. Everyone's favorite social media platform, Threads.
Oh, they love him there. He's God over there.
That's where James Gunn drops all his
him and James
rumors
Gunn
and-
are the only two people that use it.
Yeah, that's right. Thanks, Marvin.
Oh, did Gunn go over there now?
Oh yeah, he debunks all the rumors on Threads.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I guess Blue Sky never really took off like Threads did.
Boy, they really pushed Blue Sky, huh? Remember that?
Boy, they did.
But yeah, so that was that.
Speaking of award shows,
Yes.
Well, hey, to be fair, Blue Sky took off with certain communities.
Okay.
Leave it at that.
I'll give you that.
So this has been a weird thing. And honestly, I lost some respect for John Davidson, but we'll get into that in just a moment here. Because I'm gonna play this, and Andre's probably gonna get pissed. But so this is what everybody's going on about.
I wouldn't play that.
Yeah, but I got balls. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna play the whole thing. So what's going on here? This happened at the BAFTAs, and you got Michael B. Jordan here along with, yeah, as you can see, Delroy Lindo.
No.
Go ahead, Paulie.
No, I mean, is what he's saying bleeped off, or we're gonna hear it? Oh, okay.
No, it wasn't bleep.
All right.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it.
But yeah, so what happened was there was a gentleman in the audience who has Tourette's syndrome, John Davidson, and when Michael B. Jordan and Delroy took to the stage, he blurted out the N-word a couple times, and this has become a huge thing. In fact, this is the most people have talked about the BAFTAs since ever.
Wow.
Most people don't even know what the fuck a BAFTA is.
This is the thing with these award shows, right? The only time anyone talked about the Golden Globes was when Ricky Gervais took the piss out of everyone. The only time people talk about the Oscars is when Will Smith smacked Chris Rock. And now the only reason anyone's talking about the BAFTAs is because some guys scream the N-word.
Yeah. So, what the weird thing is instead of it just being like something that everybody should have just brushed off and been like, you know, well, it was an embarrassing moment for that poor guy, you know, of all the times to have that happen. And if you don't know what Tourette's syndrome is, just go ahead and do a little bit of research on it. It's pretty well known syndrome, or however you want to call it.
Marvin, I gotta say, I love it's the perfect screenshot you got of Delroy and Michael. I mean, it just looks
It's
like
right after it happened.
Well,
it's
the reason
perfect.
I lost some respect for Delroy is, and I'll get into this, is because everybody's making such a big deal out of this, much more than it should be.
Yeah.
And if anything, I hope that what comes out of it is that we have been making too big of a deal out of words in the last 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
Right? We've given too much power to just a word. Right? Like, to me, a word doesn't mean shit unless it's got context behind it or any kind of meaning, feeling, emotions behind it. Because you can sit there and say fuck all day long and it don't mean nothing unless, you know, you got some kind of reasoning behind it. Look, it's kind of the same thing here with this situation. And I'm not saying that the word isn't bad, right? Like, that's not what I'm saying. My point is the guy couldn't control himself, right? This is no different than anybody else with any other kind of condition like that. So instead of just kind of brushing it off, moving past it and getting over it, they're making a bigger deal out of it. They're making a huge mountain out of a molehill, if you ask me. And even Delroy is like, people should have talked to us afterwards. It's like, dude, if anything, you guys should be the ones out there going, no, the guy has Tourette's syndrome. Everybody calm the fuck down.
But it's an opportunity to be a victim.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's the problem. And honestly, the only victim I see here is the poor guy with Tourette's syndrome who they forced to go out in public on a live TV show where guess what's going to probably fucking happen?
I'm confused. What was what's the context, like the whole thing here? They got up
Do
on
you know what
stage.
Tourette's syndrome is?
There's this movie
No,
called
I know what Tourette's, but I'm talking about like you're talking victim. I don't know what happened.
There is no real victim here other than John, because everybody's coming after him now for saying something he had no control over.
There's a movie called I Swear, which is about this guy, and the guy that it's based off of was invited to the BAFTAs because the award was up for a lot of awards, and it won, I think, Best Actor. And so he's in the crowd, and so there were a couple times where he like screamed things out, like he screamed out fuck, I think, a few times, like he screamed out boring a few times. And then when they were presenting the award, he screamed out the N-word. And yeah, so then you have the people that are like, this isn't, it's not the guy's fault, he has a medical condition, it's it's a neurological thing. And then you have people like Grace Randolph who are like, he knew what he was saying. Like, she went off on a tangent about it.
That's
Are you serious?
Because he said boring. When he said boring, she's like, oh, he knows what he's saying.
Okay, what about
what kind of dumb shit did Grace say this week?
Nice.
Sorry, I had to dust that off a little bit.
Yeah, it's my
It's been
favorite.
a while. What did Delroy and Michael B say in return? Like, did they?
I don't know what Michael B said anything yet, but Delroy said he wished somebody would have spoke with them about it. It's like, about what, dude? About what, dude? You are a fucking grown-ass man. Don't tell me you've never heard that word before. And if you understand that the person was saying it didn't mean it, then why are you having such a fucking tizzy over it?
But did he know that in the moment when he heard it?
I don't know. Did they warn anybody? Hey, there's a guy.
It's pretty alarming though to hear it.
I'm not saying that.
If you don't know,
I'm not saying
he
that,
had been
Paulie.
streaming all night, and there had been a couple of announcements made to the audience, like, "Hey guys, you're hearing things that are being said. It's this person with Tourette's." So like people knew that he was there, and they knew who it was that was yelling.
Didn't Alan Cummings come out and do a PSA on Tourette's like 3 times or something?
Yes, he said you may have noticed some strong language in the background. This can be how part of how Tourette's syndrome shows up for people as the film explores that experience. Thanks for your understanding and helping create a respectful space for everyone.
How about using a noise gate on your microphones and keep the audience shouts, gated? Can't they do that?
I mean, it's also on a delay.
They could have ran the show on a delay and bleeped them out too, as far as that goes, and the people in the audience would have been well aware. But that's where I agree with, and to Paulie's question is like, I have a hard time believing that these two were not aware.
I love that picture, Marvin.
It's still in the moment. It's still going to be alarming to hear.
And I get that, and that's not what he's saying though.
But this is in my opinion, this is all on the producer's faults.
Yep.
The gentleman shouldn't maybe not have been invited.
Yeah,
because they're gonna know it's well documented. The guy's got Tourette's.
Or put him in the green room. Put him somewhere where he can watch it live, but not be heard.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, there's actually a show.
You guys should have yelled honky.
Yeah.
Shut your ass up, honky.
Or just
Well,
said, never heard
part
that.
Is they didn't have a problem with him. They didn't have a problem with him screaming all the shit during the other times in the show. It was just this part. But look, and I agree with you, Paulie. In the moment, it is a bigger deal than that.
Yeah. But can I play devil's advocate for 1 second though? Isn't it interesting how like he didn't scream that word out at all night until the 2 black guys were up there?
Yeah.
Well, and here's the thing you got to know about Tourette's syndrome, and this is where I think like Grace is being a complete fucking moron. Like, again, just do a little research on it, and a lot of people don't totally understand what it is. It's do you realize that there's a lot more people that have it than you realize, because it doesn't always form itself in verbal tics. See, that's the thing that most people don't realize too. So like you can have a tic because my aunt had it, but it wasn't a verbal tic. So like you'll have them, and sometimes it's just doing stuff like that, just little stupid things. And it's like there's a show right now on HBO Max about a girl who's an influencer who has it, who's been doing like TikToks and Instagrams for years about dealing with the syndrome. Like she's been struggling to just try and live a normal life, but she has one of the worst forms where it takes form in both verbal and physical, where like she sees a knife, it's just an instinctive thing. She'll grab it and she'll start going like this. That's what's part of the syndrome. So that the trigger is, unfortunately in this case for this guy, was seeing black people. That is going to trigger his Tourette's to start doing that. And it's just like, because this girl like explains in the show, it's like, she doesn't want to do it, but involuntarily, if she sees somebody who's skinny, she'll say something like, "Oh, skinny mini," or something like that, you know, or somebody who's fat. It's like big double R, big double R. You know, it just comes out naturally. You have that non-filter there between the two
question
things.
I have then.
Yeah,
I get everything you said. Where did he learn that word?
Right. And how did he know to apply it? Right.
And again, these things come and again, I think people should watch this show because you get a lot of information about how Tourette's work, and it does come from the environment. At some point, they heard something that clicked with them in their brain, and it stuck with them. And it doesn't
rap music. Someone said,
I'm not. That could very well be. Hey, I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, you know what?
Maybe
because all the little sayings that this girl had on the show were all stuff that she had picked up from when she was a kid. She would hear on a commercial, she would see on a TV show, and it was just something that would trigger an instant thing in her brain. And a lot of times it's just more or less this tick that she can't control, or it's like an itch, like you can't, like you're trying not to scratch it, and you just got to do it. It's kind of like this weird thing that they do a really good job explaining how it works and how it affects people. And I think a lot of people don't understand it. It's an involuntary response. You can't do anything about it. Like, again, you could sit there and try. Somebody could get away with trying to pretend they have Tourette syndrome, but I'm going to tell you, it would be very difficult to fucking do it for as long as some of these people have. And to put up with some of the shit that you would have to put up with and the embarrassment that you have to put up with.
Remember the Tourette syndrome that Linda Blair had in The Exorcist? Same thing. You just say things that are socially inappropriate at the wrong time.
Well, that's called being fucking...
well,
that's the thing is a lot of times, a lot of people who had Tourette's back in the day, they would think we're fucking possessed. Right? Because we didn't understand it back then as a neurological disease.
So if you scroll down, Tom, you'll be able to see what Grace said.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Yeah, we've got
Here's
her
Alan Cummings giving his...
Grace.
Yeah, this is not Grace, but this is Alan Cummings giving his little PSA.
Yeah, this is somebody from Sinners that she was offended.
Here we go.
Okay,
here's Grace.
So... that is not what Tourette's means, Grace. Yeah. Oh my fucking God! Right off the bat. Okay, I'll to read this for people who.
I can do it as Grace. Tourette's means no filter, which means this man thought it. Despicable. The BAFTAs out here making fools of themselves and the entertainment industry. Despise this woman.
Oh, Grace.
There's another
one. Oh
my
God, that is one of the most retarded fucking statements I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, there's another one from her a little further down because she doubles down.
Oh no, because she got some pushback.
Yeah. I certainly want Mr. Davison, who has Tourette's, to have a nice life, but that anyone would defend Jordan and Lindo going up in front of their peers in a professional setting on television and having to be called a racist slur is ridiculous.
She's acting like it's the time when Michael Richards was on stage calling the guys in the fucking audience that word.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's not what this is, you dumb bitch. Like, you idiot, that's not what this is.
Well, she's just going for the stereotype. She just says, obviously it means no.
She's a fucking idiot. But
yeah,
listen,
she's a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Listen, it is what it is, right? Yeah. And it tests all where we're at, where different people are at with this in a live situation, the word. But hey, this guy's got Tourette's. I get it. And you can't blame the guy. We're not saying that, but maybe the producers, there should have been a little discussion. But then also from what I'm hearing is that it was that they had it pre-taped and then
and they still let it through?
No, it was on delay, I think.
Even if it's on delay, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, BBC has apologized for letting it through, but they let it through. They very easily could have gotten.
Oh, this is definitely on the BBC then at this point.
Yeah, they just issued a statement today apologizing for it. I haven't gotten to write about it yet. But it's utterly insane. And I agree with Paulie on his point. The guy shouldn't have even been there. Now other people are pushing back on that, being like, so you're saying that people with Tourette's shouldn't be allowed in public places? I'm like, no, but maybe not live television broadcasts.
Well, so they did cut. It was recorded 2 hours before it aired. That's what I'm hearing. And they did cut a free Palestine remark from the audience, but they didn't cut the racial slurs.
That's terrible.
So this is, I agree with you.
And
this
you know why, Chris? Because it's ratings.
Well, they're just lucky he wasn't running around yelling fags all night. That's all I know.
Oh, well.
Now that. What? You know what? Okay. Wait, hold on. What if he fucking said that?
He probably did at some point, but they're not making a big deal out of that. Probably.
They would have trust.
If someone, what if
Pedro Pascal went up there?
What if someone had?
I'll play into it.
What would have happened if one of the attendees had choked out? What if
let Chris go? Sorry, Paulie. I'm not going down that road. I know
one
where
of the
you're going.
attendees had choked him out and killed him? Right? Do you think that Grace would say, it's a tragedy that the man died, but he shouldn't have been there talking like that, right?
Well, here's the problem: is that Grace is laboring under the idea that people are defending the use of the word. No, nobody's defending the use of the word. The problem is the word is fugazi. It doesn't mean shit at this point. The problem with it is the guy had a problem. He couldn't stop from saying it. It's no different than sneezing. That's what I was trying to say earlier, right? It's an involuntary response. It just fucking happens. And that's why these people, sadly, live their lives in almost complete exile because they can't go out in public without screaming shit like that sometimes. And it's embarrassing for them and their families.
It's funny that they can remove a political thing like the Free Palestine, but you didn't have time to remove the racial slurs?
Yeah, to me, that's what I'm saying. They're making it worse. They're making it a bigger deal.
The BBC.
Exactly.
Someone's getting fired.
I hope so.
I doubt it, but they should. I agree with you.
This is not going away from what you're saying and Marvin's saying, right? I mean,
well, now they made it a big deal.
Who the fuck heard about the BAFTAs?
Yeah, right.
But it's almost easier to process, like, oh, Free Palestine, get that out political. If someone says that, but they're Tourette's, it's like, oh, you're literally in a liberal quandrum there, quandary.
The virtue signaling is like all colliding in Hollywood right now. Like, because there's the people that are just so outraged that word was spoken aloud, and then there's the people that are outraged that you're outraged at somebody with a condition. So it's we're watching them eat each other over this.
The disabled, it's sort of like the victimhood Olympics. Like who is the bigger victim here? And obviously, when two worlds collide, you got to pick your battles. And Grace picked the actors rather than the handicapped person. Yes. That's all.
This is where we need Key and Peele doing rappers commenting on this, nice. Where every second word is the N word, complaining about the insult that this white person visited upon these two actors.
Did you hear?
That's what
you
just
said.
Yeah.
Get Dave Chappelle to do a comedy sketch on it.
I like someone else. Keenan Peele when he was Obama, and then he's like shaking hands with all the white leaders, and then he shakes hands with the black leaders. Did you ever see that bit?
Yeah.
This is do that.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. I mean, how dare that honky say N? Only he can.
What would be funnier is like Paul is like not only that, they'd be like, that's because he went out there and he called Michael B. Jordan, and I've been wanting to call that brother for ever. Like fuck him. Like he gets a pass from me.
That Key and Peele joke was stolen from a Scrubs bit where there's like an old white guy coming to the hospital, he's shaking hands with all the doctors, and he sees Turk and he goes, "What's up, my brother?" He does like this thing.
That was a great freeze. Yeah.
Again, nobody is defending the usage of the word. That's not what we're talking about here. Just keep that in mind. So that's where Grace, I think, is completely off.
I want to make sure, right? Not playing.
No, and Grace does not understand how Tourette's syndrome works. Evidently,
is she getting dragged in the comments? By the way, I'm just curious.
Yes.
Okay.
I think that's what that response was about. Yeah.
She got community noted. On that on this one right here, if you scroll down a little bit.
Oh, she did. Yes. Yeah. Actually, I'll share it here. Yeah.
Beautiful.
I don't know if you can see it on here, but
beautiful.
Great. She got a community note on this one here.
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
This is him?
Yep. Guy on the left.
No,
Yeah, it's the white guy.
Chris, guy on the left.
Could have been funnier if he was black. Nobody'd be saying anything.
You're colorblind, Paulie. I'm sorry.
Yeah. We've gotten to the point where we've got to explain to Chris Brawley which one's the white guy. This is where we
The guy on the right.
Wait, this would have been great. Is that the crack on the left?
It's the cracker on the left. Yeah.
The
Yeah, we
cracker
can
on the
say
left.
that and-
I don't
and-
see in color.
Come on.
I don't see color, man.
Poor Grace.
I'm colorblind. So let's see what you guys are talking about out there. We got Marks, who's been a member for 58 freaking months. That's a long ass time. And then Dark King says Grace Randolph syndrome, no filter on the stupid. Damn right.
I don't understand why Mario turned into a cat.
That is not what Tourette's means. Does not mean no filter. That's what I have is no filter. I don't have Tourette's syndrome. I'm just an asshole. Okay? There's the difference.
I know Andre is thrilled that you were able to beep out the correct words during
Most of the time, yes.
Yeah.
I
Because
still laughing
Asians
about that
like
guy on the left.
cats.
Remark.
I don't know. Andre was concerned leaving the show in our hands that we would torch it.
He was very concerned.
And I think his worst wishes have come to fruition.
Oh
Yeah.
no,
He's
not
like,
quite. He
please
did
do
use-
not use this set of words. It's like he made a list. He's like,
Paulie and Tom, you fucking idiots.
push the button.
do not, under any circumstances,
Ah.
say the N-word.
Hey, it got
I
the
think
chat
this
going.
doesn't-
This is probably the most riled up the chat has been today. I mean,
Love it.
Wow.
Yeah, we got one more super chat here. We've got Flying Blind. How you been? Says, from now on, when I do something extraordinarily stupid, I'll just think of Grace and feel better.
Oh,
Well-
I love that this is all just becoming a fuck great.
it's so funny, man. Her, she's got a crowd.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
because we criticized her on a segment, and that got a lot of for our little channel, got a lot of views. But then her people, man, they still come after us in the chat, in the comments. I'm like, dude, get a grip, dude.
She's got her Sims. She does.
Dude,
She
I
definitely
was like,
does.
Damn.
Don't get me wrong on that. I've dealt with a few myself. But we got a couple more super chats that just flew in here, like Flying Blind. We got this one. Pack of Protons will sent Tom the Canadian song on tweet. 1 minute. Oh Lord, what's this?
Oh, boy. But
The Canadian song, huh? I don't know. I got a commercial here. Hang on. Oh, for Mystery Science Theater. Well, hopefully we don't get in trouble for playing this. If we do, if we jump cut here, it's because Andre had to cut out the song. Here. So, all right.
Oh, I wish I was back in old Canada, a land which I never shall lampoon. How I pine for the ice-covering Lake Manitoba and the beauty that is Saskatoon.
I got one. Oh, I wish I was stuck in the hills of Alberta, drinking beer with some big dumb guy trapping fur. As he scraped and he chiseled all the moose dung off his boots, I would learn that he's the Prime Minister.
Oh, stop that.
Oh, I wish I was in the land that gave us Peter Jennings, Alanis Morissette, Mike Myers too.
Yeah.
No, I take that back, I wouldn't go there even if you paid me. Oh, Canada, you are a place I must eschew.
Now, this is not in the spirit that I intended.
Oh, come on, give in. I mean, after all, they gave us Ed the Sock and Rush.
Yeah, what are you defending? They're such thieves.
Okay, I'll try.
All right, good man.
Oh, I wish I was blowing up Prince Edward Island and going on to bomb Ontario. The destruction of Canada and all of its culture is by far my favorite scenario.
Okay, I mean, that's a little strong. You
No,
gotta back
no,
it
you were
down.
right, Mike. This is much more fun. Just where the hell does Canada get off sharing a border with countries far superior to it? Why, you lousy, stinking, francophonic, bacon-loving bastard. Your country's just a giant piece of...
whoa, whoa.
Okay, at first I was like, wow, this is really not funny. And then it got there.
Yeah,
That's pretty funny.
Well, I knew it would.
Although they missed a joke where the guy shouldn't have mentioned the hills of or the mountains of Alberta. It should have said the mountains of Saskatchewan. It has none. It's flat. See, that would have been a
That-
good
yeah.
inside joke.
This is why you
See, that's
should
an
have
inside joke, yeah.
Science Theater 3000, Paul.
There you go. And then we got Miss. Whoop! I just lost my thing here. Mr. Tickle Trunk sent in one and said, thin of Tourette's, an anti-filter makes you yell, bomb, I have a gun in a crowded airport. Think of the worst thing and say it, and you can't stop. That's basically what it is. Yeah. Thank you. It's like, it's, you know, that thing that we have that goes, oh, I shouldn't say that thing out loud, or you're thinking there's some stupid thing. Then the Tourette's makes you say the absolute worst fucking thing you can. And this happened to that girl on that show I was talking about. They were flying, and she did. She goes, I got a bomb, I got a gun, and all this kind of stuff. She's like, you know, and she can't stop saying it. You know, it's not her fault. It's just like, you know, and at first you're like, this can't be real, is it? And then you finally realize, God, this is real. The people that have to deal with this shit. It is. Imagine having like nonstop hiccups. That's basically what it's like. That's the only thing I could imagine what it would be like. Pack of Proton says Lord of the Turtles is now a clip, but 3 minutes. Yeah, I saw that. It was interesting. That was interesting. That's not my favorite one. My favorite one so far has been the Boys in the Hood one. Or was it Menace to Society? Whichever one they did. I can't remember which one it was now.
Oh,
that was
God,
my
I was
favorite
gonna say something bad.
Yeah, of course you were.
But maybe if I had Tourette's, I would say it.
You see?
Oh.
See?
Got a golden ticket.
Yeah. Anyhow, that being said, I think we've gotten through all the stories we planned on getting to today. So, Paul, what you got coming up? Anything on appalling news?
Yeah, I'll have some appalling news today. There's just an insane volume.
About the N-word?
Pardon me?
About the N-word?
No, I'm not covering that. That's not appalling enough.
Gotcha.
It's no. There's just the level of insanity. I've got about 12 videos of women just whinging about MAGA, just whinging, and whether they believe it or not, there's just a certain level of irrationalism, you know, around it. We also have a big. I've already done a piece on it, but you know, some individual has been fined in BC, the Human Rights Council tribunal, for saying there's only two genders, and has been fined $750,000.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, the insanity is here. I mean, this is the joke where in 2016, Jordan Peterson was laughed at by politicians on the left, saying, "Oh, our little, gender affirming inclusion in our." In our Bill of Rights, that's not going to cause any grief up here, but it's just been insanity ever since. So Jordan Peterson was right. It's a crazy time to be anywhere.
Now. And thank you, Balin. That's the name of the girl I was talking about, Balin Dupree. That's the show that's on HBO Max. Check it out. She suffers from Tourette's.
Someone should recommend it to her.
Yeah. And what do you got coming up, Chris? Anything good over at Bleeding Fool?
Man, we've got all the news that's fit to shit, I think, at Bleeding Fool. No, I'm kidding. We've got...
that's one way to put it.
Did you guys see the word from Tony Gilroy, who did Andor, saying that now Disney finally is allowing him to say it had to do with fascism or something?
So Disney's not allowing him to say it. He's just not under contract with them anymore.
Okay,
and so now he can.
Like how Paulie just gets up and leaves. He's like, "Fuck it, I'm out."
No, we've got a few stories coming up that are cooking right now over at Bleeding Fool. Hope you'll check it out. We're talking. Todd did a story about whether or not Netflix's Ted Sarandos can even be trusted. So we kind of look back on his comments about theater and streaming and so on. And we also...
I'll tell you, none of these motherfuckers can be trusted.
No, agreed. And we've also got a story up about Dean Cain, the 90s Superman, being blacklisted because he supports Trump. So
we had him on here once.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's a cool dude.
Yeah.
Bleedingfool.com or at Bleeding Fool. Check it out.
And Marv, what do you got going on?
Check out my channel, the M4 Empire. We've got new videos coming out today. Probably something about the Wonder Man ratings, which came out, which are just abysmal, which is sad because I actually really liked Wonder Man. But then we also have another one about the Starfleet Academy ratings. It failed to chart on Nielsen for a second week in a row, so there'll be 2 videos on that hopefully today. We've got the M4 Empire Monday Night Block tonight, which is going to be member stream at 7:30. Then I go live with the, with just the general audience at 8. And then at M4 Empire Gaming, our other channel, we are going to do a game stream tonight, which I think is going to be Mario Tennis, but I haven't 100% decided yet. So check them both out. M4 Empire Gaming, and then of course thatparkplace.com, geeksandgamers.com, for all of your entertainment news.
Marvin, when do you sleep,
Awesome.
sir?
I don't.
Jeez.
You don't know what it is. He's where I used to be. Paulie, what you got going on?
Breaking news on the slant. Chris Brawley mistakes Mexicans for white people. Well, wait a minute. We kind of
Hey, that's the federal government.
it's the federal government. We just put up a clip on the 12 different theater formats that Project Hail Mary is going to be in. That's how I was trying to get you in the other day, Tom, on that discussion. I'm like, Tom would love this discussion. That
I don't know much about the
that,
Hail Mary, but I know about formats. Yeah.
The formats. They were like, we were talking about the 12 different formats that Project
On
Hail
the
Mary.
first day of format my true love gave to me.
35
On
millimeter.
laser disc.
Yeah, so that's up right now.
16,
Man, no bad words, guys, in Rumble. Well, yeah, go ahead.
65.
Even if they're in Spanish. Oh my God.
I know a few bad words in Spanish. Pack and Proton says PSKY.
Paramount
and
Skydance.
Paramount
Yeah.
Skydance. And Warner Brothers earnings call this week. Good chance of an announcement.
You never know.
It'll be a topic.
It will be a topic.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at this point, it's going to boil down to, can Paramount make an offer that's better than what Netflix is offering? And I just don't know. Because even still, like, even at the point where we're at, like, people keep forgetting, Paramount is bidding on the entire kit and caboodle. Netflix just wants certain things. So that's still the difference here, is my understanding. But
Who are you pulling for, Tom?
neither team. I want both of them to lose. I want Warner Brothers to stay on its own.
Yeah.
It's strong enough. It should be able to. I don't understand this. I mean, I get where Ellison or Zaslav wants to sell, but I think it's too soon. But that's just me. But with that, take care of yourselves and each other. And as Andre says, it is time for Koalas in the Rain. We will have some announcements on Wednesday. Stay tuned, kids.
Ooh.
Bye.
Koalas in the rain, koalas in the rain, no fucks given, koala, koalas in the rain, koalas in the rain, no fucks given, koala, koalas in the rain, koalas in the rain, no fucks given, koala.